So, I have never been a superhero movie fan. I have no idea why, but I have never taken the time out to watch the typical Marvel DC movies. Maybe Batman, and that too only for Christopher Nolan, that's it. So, you can say that I went forward with this movie without any expectations, without any biases, and watched it as one of my very first superhero movies. And here's my take on it. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, then hi, this is The Storyteller. Here we review stories in the form of doodling, and if that's something that excites you, then do not forget to hit that subscribe button down below. The movie that we're talking about today is the much awaited, the much hyped, the much talked about Minnal Murali, which is directed by Basil Joseph and has Tovino in the lead role. Now, coming to the writing and story of this movie, I genuinely believe writing is the star of this movie. I remember Basil saying in an interview that even if you minus the whole superhero element from this movie, the story should still make sense, the story should still connect and feel good. And I think it did. I absolutely think it did. The story is about two men in a village, two men who are not really well off, who are looked down upon by a lot of people, both getting hit by lightning on the same night, and they end up having superpowers. The most interesting feature about this movie to me is the fact that all of this happens in a village with people who are villagers and who's completely unaware of the idea of superheroes or superpowers. And the superheroes in this movie are also people like them. They're normal people, nothing fancy. What do I say? It's an everyday superhero. What makes you really connect to the story is the fact that this movie has a lot of emotions. It makes you laugh and cry at the same time, which I think is a big win. It does take a little time to come into the major core plot of the movie, but for me, someone who's not into superhero movies, I absolutely loved the story. I think it really hit me hard. It's relatable, it's warm, and the best part is that people of any age can relate to this movie, and that's absolutely beautiful. Coming to the acting and performances of the movie, of course, as we all know, Tovino is Minnal Murali in this movie, the lead role. What won my heart about this performance was the innocence and goodness that Tovino brings into the character of Jason. There's this warmth or niceness, or there's some sort of very nice, cute, good energy that radiates from this character, which makes it very believable, which makes his journey very believable. And it's these characteristics that really made Jason or the Minnal Murali work for me. The next character that literally wowed all of us was Guru Somasundaran's Shibu. When you expect a villain in a superhero movie, you expect him to be of a particular type. But this was completely opposite of the typical villains, which is something I loved. This man played his emotions, acted those emotions to the perfection. Because me as an audience really felt it. I could feel his pain. He really stood out in the movie, but the only thing that didn't work for me that much is the Tamil slang that he brings in. But apart from that, beautiful character, beautiful characterization, and beautiful performance. And how can I even talk about performances if I don't mention this particular character, which is Josmon, played by Vashisht. Oh, this boy was perfect for his role, and his relation with Tovino in the movie, beautiful. I love how they brought the angle of a small kid and his speculations of superheroes, and how an adult and his speculations of superheroes are combined together to form Minnal Murali. I love how the superhero's partner is a small kid. And this boy is not just wowed us in the movie, but also the amazing promotions that we've been seeing. I mean, too good of a choice. Too good. And of course, every single person who has come on screen as a supporting or a non-lead role, I think every person in this movie had a beautiful character to play, had a beautiful role to play. Nobody was unnecessarily there on screen, be it the villagers, be it the police, be it the family members, be it any single person associated to all of the main characters. I think they did a brilliant job. The fact that this is a village setup and people need to be a certain way was clearly shown to us through these characters. Brilliant choices, amazing casting, and amazing performances. Coming to the technical bits, cinematography is quite good and on point in this movie. Like I said, this movie is based in a village. So the village is captured to perfection. And I believe the entire movie was set in the early 90s, which was again captured really well. And I must say the special effects team and the VFX team has done a great job. Like Basil mentioned before, I think It takes a lot of efforts to bring in the superhero element to normal, everyday, practical things, which they absolutely did. Be it the handprints on the iron rod at the hospital, or breaking the wall to see if you have a superpower, or the really awesome reflexes Tovino has once he gets the superpowers. I think all of those were captured really well. Nothing fancy, very, very relatable. And even the superhero fight sequences, nothing fancy, very, very believable. I felt it was more believable than most of the action films we see in a lot of Indian movies, I did like the editing of this movie. I think this movie has some great cuts, especially in the action sequences. But the major star in the technical side would definitely be the music, and oh my god, is indeed a true winner. The music plays a major role in bringing out the emotions of this movie. I don't know, it just hits you on another level. It brings out a very different connection to the movie, and honestly, the BGM and the music, outstanding. Truly, truly, truly wonderful. Now, coming to the man who created this, the man who created magic on screen, Basil Joseph and his direction. This was indeed a difficult movie and it could have gone wrong in so many ways, but this man pulled it off. He is the true superhero of this movie. You see, when the movie ended, I couldn't help but clap when I saw his name. I clapped so much. I mean, this man gave us a story about a superhero from a village. A movie with characters that we fall in love with again and again. And of course, a villain that we just can't hate, because we understand that they're all humans. I think Basil tried to bring out the human element in this superhero movie, which is what works. We're all humans, we're all heroes and villains in our own ways, and we all can be a superhero if we want to. And I feel these are the themes that really connected with me while watching this movie, which made the superhero movie so different. This movie made me smile, this movie made me cry. And trust me guys, I even cheered when I saw Tovino on the screen towards the end. I mean, I was cheering for a superhero which I have never done in my life. Not even for stars that I love on screen. I mean, this was a complete different experience, and Basil, you got me to do that. And all of this happened while I'm sitting at my home watching this from a laptop. I mean, at home, not even a theater. To cheer for a movie that you watch at home in a laptop, the movie's gotta be great. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm really glad this movie got picked up by Netflix and it didn't come out in the theaters, because Netflix does provide that exposure where a lot of different people from across the globe can actually see this movie. And this movie is something that I feel a lot of Indians should watch. It was truly an experience for me, and honestly, I'm gonna give all my stars. Wish I could give more, but it is definitely a must-watch, guys. I guess this movie has carved out a niche and, a genre of its own. And movies like this really makes you proud of the fact that you belong to the place where this movie is actually made. Thank you, Basil, for giving us our very own superhero, Minnal Murali. And on that note, guys, I will see you guys next week with a new movie. Till then, thank you so much for your time on this video. If you like this video, do subscribe. With lots of love, it's your storyteller. Bye!